Quantum mechanics or wave mechanics is the third unit of our sixth paper. Quantum mechanics or wave mechanics is the third unit of our sixth paper, modern physics. So, in this wave mechanics means the equations which are useful to solve the problems or to explain the concept of matter waves. In the previous classes, we learned about the spectrum of hydrogen. Bohr theory, even though successfully explained the hydrogen spectrum, but there are so many shortcomings. For example, Bohr model failed to explain the fine structure of the spectrum. Fine structure means each spectral line of the spectrum consists of a group of lines, is called as fine structure. And also, Bohr model failed to explain the intensity variations of the spectral lines, and also it fails to explain the distribution of electrons in atoms or the interaction of electrons with atoms. This is because the Bohr theory is based upon the Newtonian classical mechanics. That means the principles which are applied in Bohr theory are according to the classical mechanics. The classical mechanics is applicable for the system, the macroscopic systems, to find the physical quantities like position, velocity, momentum, etc. Because according to the classical physics, classical mechanics, we can measure the quantities like velocity, momentum, position, or the quantities like position and momentum accurately at a time. But according to our uncertainty principle, it is not possible to determine the pair of the physical quantities accurately at a time. So, for microscopic systems like atomic systems, classical mechanics are not applicable. Also, according to the de Broglie theory, the material particle, when it is in motion, is associated with a wave. The particle in motion will exhibit wave properties. So, we have to explain the wave such a wave. In order to explain that type of matter waves, Schrödinger described the amplitude of the matter waves by a complex quantity psi, which is known as wave function or the state of the system. So, with the help of this wave function, we can describe the wave nature of the matter wave. So, the macroscopic system is explained on the basis of classical physics or Newton mechanics. According to that classical mechanics, the physical quantities like position, velocity, acceleration, etc. can be measured accurately at a time. On the basis of that concepts, that is classical mechanics, the Bohr theory of hydrogen atom is explained, but there are many failures in that model. So, in order to overcome those failures, quantum mechanics is introduced. Quantum mechanics is applicable for microscopic systems. Microscopic system means atomic system, that means very small entities like electron, proton, neutron, etc. So, as we learned in the previous class, that is uncertainty principle. Uncertainty principle arises in our wave mechanics, but not in classical mechanics. Because according to uncertainty principle, a pair of physical quantities like position and momentum, energy and time interval, or angular momentum and angular displacement, etc., they can't be measured with equal accuracy simultaneously. If position is measured accurately or is measured with high accuracy, there is an uncertainty in the measurement of momentum. Similarly, if energy is measured, there is an uncertainty in the accuracy of measurement of time interval. So, this is not considered in case of Newton mechanics or classical mechanics. In Newton mechanics, both the parameters can be measured accurately simultaneously. So, Newton mechanics is applicable for macroscopic systems, huge systems. But for microscopic systems, we have to consider the uncertainty principle, which can be explained only on the basis of wave mechanics. So, wave mechanics is also very helpful for us to describe the de Broglie wave, that is matter wave, in order to derive a mathematical form for de Broglie wave. Schrödinger introduced the concept of wave function psi xyzt. As we learned in the wave equation in our first BSc waves and oscillations, that is according to classical physics, there y is the displacement is supposed to be treated as a wave function to describe the wave nature. Here we need such a wave function to describe the matter wave. So, Schrödinger introduced psi as a wave function which is helpful for us to describe the matter wave. So, Schrödinger wave equation, which describes the wave nature of a particle in mathematical form, this is nothing but the basic equation of motion of matter wave. Schrödinger wave equation, which describes the wave nature of particle in mathematical form. I want to repeat my sentence once again. Schrödinger wave equation is a mathematical form of matter wave. Schrödinger wave equation describes the wave nature of particle in the mathematical form. So, this is the basic equation of motion of matter waves. According to Schrödinger, if the particle has wave properties, then there must be some sort of wave equation to describe the behavior of the particle. According to Schrödinger, if a particle has wave properties, that means if it behaves like a wave, then there must be some sort of wave equation to describe the behavior of the particle, that is wave. If particle behaves like a wave, there must be an equation to describe it. Schrödinger connected the expression of de Broglie wavelength with classical wave equation for a moving particle. Schrödinger connected the expression of de Broglie wavelength as we know, as we learned about the de Broglie wavelength, lambda is equal to h by mv. He connected this expression with classical wave equation for a moving particle. Then he obtained a new type of wave equation which is known as Schrödinger wave equation. What he did the wavelength of the matter wave is connected with classical wave equation. So, this equation is known as Schrödinger wave equation. So, Schrödinger wave equation is nothing but matter wave equation. Schrödinger wave equation is used to describe the matter wave. Matter wave is a wave when a particle is in motion, it is generated. Matter wave is a wave which is generated during the motion of the particle. If the mass of the particle is m and if it is moving with a velocity v, then it also behaves like a wave of wavelength lambda, which is equal to h by mv. So, by connecting that wavelength with classical wave equation, Schrödinger arrived a new type of wave equation which is called as Schrödinger wave equation. There are two types of wave equations. One, the time independent Schrödinger wave equation, and two, the time dependent Schrödinger wave equation. Schrödinger wave equations are two types. The first one is time independent and the second one is time dependent. So now try to understand what are Schrödinger equations. Schrödinger equations are the wave equations of matter wave. Actually, in classical mechanics, the equation when the wave is moving in a medium, when the particles are in vibrating state, the wave equation gives the state of the particles at different positions and at different times in the space during the propagation of the wave. But here there is no such type of medium. There are no particles having displacements or having in a state of vibration. But the moving particle like electron, proton, etc. exhibit wave nature. So, those waves, such a wave is called as matter wave. If it is a wave, it must have some wavelength. According to de Broglie, it behaves like a wave. A particle, when it is in motion, it behaves like a wave whose wavelength is h by mv, where m is the momentum of the particle. So, by connecting that wavelength with the classical wave equation, we will get another wave equation called as Schrödinger wave equation, which is applicable for matter waves. Now here we are going to discuss about Schrödinger time independent wave equation. Schrödinger time independent wave equation. As we know that the wavelength of the matter wave is lambda is equal to h by mv, and also the general wave equation in our mechanics is given by dou square psi by dou t square is equal to v square into del square psi. Dou square psi by dou t square is equal to v square into del square psi. Here del square is a Laplacian operator, as we know that del square is equal to dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square. And v is the velocity of the wave. And v is the velocity of wave. So, the solution for this differential equation is given by psi is equal to psi naught omega t. Since omega is equal to 2 pi nu, we can write psi is equal to psi naught sin 2 pi nu t. Here nu is the frequency term. Nu is the frequency term. Therefore, substituting the values, we get dou square psi by dou t square is equal to minus 4 pi square v square psi. 4 pi square v square psi. This we can get by differentiating this solution twice. That means first we will get dou psi by dou t, and again on differentiation we will get dou square by dou t square. Comparing the dou square by dou t square, we can write dou square psi by dou t square is equal to minus 4 pi square into v square of psi. V square of psi. But dou square psi by dou t square is equal to 4 pi square nu square psi, but nu is equal to v by lambda. This gives dou square psi by dou t square is equal to minus 4 pi square v square by lambda square of psi. V square by lambda square of psi. Instead of nu, it is v by lambda. Therefore, we can write v square into del square psi is equal to v square into del square psi is equal to dou square psi by dou t square, that is minus 4 pi square v square by lambda square of psi minus 4 pi square v square by lambda square of psi, or del square psi plus 4 pi square by lambda square psi is equal to 0. Del square psi plus 4 pi square by lambda square of psi is equal to 0. But we know that the kinetic energy of the particle is given by the total energy minus potential energy. That means The kinetic energy of the particle half mv square is equal to E minus V. Here this is V, this V is the potential energy. This V is the potential energy. Therefore, m square V square is equal to 2m into E minus V. M square V square is equal to 2m into E minus V. Substituting this in the above equation 5, we can write del square psi plus 8 pi square into m by h square of E minus V of psi is equal to 0. Simply substituting this equation 6 in equation 5, we get this equation 7. Since h by 2 pi is equal to h cross, we can write this equation as del square psi plus 2m by h cross square of E minus V of psi is equal to 0. This is, the first equation is the general wave equation. The second equation is the solution for the general wave equation. From this equation, we get dou psi by dou t, first differentiation. Again, if we differentiate it, we get dou square psi by dou t square. Substituting in psi naught sin 2 pi nu t is equal to psi, we can write dou square psi by dou t square is equal to minus 4 pi square into v square psi. V square into psi is equal to minus 4 pi square into v square by lambda square into psi. That is 4 pi square v square by lambda square of psi. This is equation 3. So, comparing these equation 3 and 1, we can write v square into del square psi is equal to dou square psi by dou t square, which is equal to minus 4 pi square v square by lambda square of psi. Therefore, v square into del square psi is equal to minus 4 pi square v square by lambda square of psi, which gives del square psi plus 4 pi square by lambda square of psi is equal to 0. 4 pi square by lambda square of psi is equal to 0. Therefore, del square psi plus, here also we can write also del square psi plus 4 pi square by h square of m square v square of psi is equal to 0. Here lambda square is replaced by h square by m square v square. In the equation 4, lambda square is replaced by h square by m square v square. That is why we will get this equation. But for m square v square, we can replace the term m square v square in terms of energies such that the kinetic energy is equal to the total energy minus potential energy. Kinetic energy is half mv square, total energy is E, potential energy is V. Therefore, half mv square is equal to E minus V implies m square v square is equal to 2m into E minus V. This is equation 6. Substituting this m square v square in equation 5, we can write del square psi plus 8 pi square m by h square of E minus V of psi is equal to 0. But h cross is equal to h by 2 pi. For simplicity, we can write h by 2 pi as h cross. Then the equation is reduced to del square psi plus 2m by h cross square of E minus V of psi is equal to 0. This is equation 8. Therefore, from equation 7, by replacing the term h cross square by 2m, we can write, that is multiplying that equation with h cross square by 2m. We get h cross square by 2m of del square psi plus E minus V of psi is equal to 0. E minus V of psi is equal to 0. Or h cross square by 2m of del square psi minus V psi is equal to minus E psi, or minus h cross square by 2m del square plus V of psi is equal to E psi. In this, the term minus h cross square by 2m of del square plus V is denoted with h cap. This is an operator which operates over psi. So, this term is denoted by h cap. So, we can write h cap psi is equal to E psi. This h cap is called as Hamiltonian operator. Hamiltonian operator. For free particle means free from strain or free from any type of attractive forces, then its potential energy is 0. Therefore, the equation 7 is transformed into del square psi plus 2m E by h cross square of psi is equal to 0. This is the Schrödinger time independent wave equation. This is the Schrödinger time independent wave equation for free particle. Next, we will continue the Schrödinger's time dependent wave equation. As we learned in Schrödinger time independent wave equation, the second form, the another form of the Schrödinger equation is time dependent wave equation. This is nothing but this equation we get by eliminating the energy term in time independent wave equation. This we get by eliminating energy term in time independent wave equation. Whether it is time independent equation or dependent equation, both are used to represent the matter wave. Both the equations are used to represent the matter wave. In order to create a wave equation, Schrödinger introduced the wave function psi. Psi is equal to psi xyz t. Psi xyz and t. So, in order to derive time dependent wave equation, Schrödinger introduced a mathematical function psi, which is a variable quantity associated with the moving particle. In order to derive time dependent wave equation, Schrödinger introduced a mathematical function psi, which is a variable quantity associated with the moving particle. This is a complex function of space coordinates of the particle and time. This is a complex function of space coordinates and time. That is, psi is equal to psi naught of x, y, z, t. The function psi is called a wave function and characterizes the de Broglie wave associated with moving particle. So, the Schrödinger time dependent wave equation may be obtained by eliminating E from time independent wave equation. Schrödinger time dependent wave equation is obtained, time dependent wave equation is obtained by eliminating E from Schrodinger time independent wave equation. The general wave equation is dou square psi by dou t square is equal to V square into del square psi. The solution of the general wave equation in complex form is given by psi xyz t is equal to psi naught xyz of E power minus I omega t. Psi naught E minus I omega t. Psi is equal to psi naught E minus I omega t. Therefore, dou psi by dou t is equal to psi naught into minus I omega into e to the power of minus I omega t. Again by differentiating, we get E psi is equal to I h cross of dou psi by dou t, where h cross is equal to h by 2 pi. Substituting this E psi value in Schrodinger time independent wave equation, substituting this E psi value in Schrodinger time independent wave equation, we get del square psi plus 2m by h cross square of I h cross dou psi by dou t minus del psi is equal to 0. Or minus h cross square by 2m of del square psi plus v psi is equal to I h cross dou psi by dou t. This is I h cross dou psi by dou t. This is Schrodinger time dependent wave equation. Here minus h cross square by 2m del square plus v of psi is equal to I h cross dou psi by dou t, dou by dou t of psi, or h cap psi is equal to E cap psi, where h cap is equal to minus h cross square by 2m of del square plus v. This is Hamiltonian operator. And E cap is equal to I h cross of dou by dou t. This is what is called as energy operator. So, the time dependent wave equation, the Hamiltonian operator over psi is equal to the energy operator over psi. The Hamiltonian operator over psi is equal to energy operator over psi. So, the difference between time dependent and time independent equation. By eliminating E in time independent wave equation, we get time dependent wave equation. These two equations are used to represent the matter waves. So here psi is the wave function which is introduced by Schrodinger to create a wave equation for matter wave. By this, the Schrodinger two equations are completed. In the next class, we will discuss about the energy levels of particle in one-dimensional box. So, dear students, you please remember that if you want to follow these topics extensively, you must have a textbook which are available in our market, and also there are large number of copies in our library. So please have your own copy to follow these topics.